Hi, it's Erik Paulsen, and welcome to our video conversation this week. The President gave his final State of the Union speech to the country this week. It's actually a tradition that goes back to 1790, when President George Washington delivered his first annual message or address to Congress in terms of the status of the country. Now it's time to get to our questions, and actually the first is a phone call that I received from Robert in Orono, who called sharing his concerns about how large the federal budget has grown and is wondering what Congress can do to add more transparency to the budget process. Actually, Robert, those are great concerns to share. You know what? Every year, Congress provides funding to thousands of different agencies. Millions and billions of dollars go to all these different agencies, and a lot of these programs have a lot of different merit. But it's more and more difficult every year to track these, not only from the perception of the public, but also members of Congress, because we don't sunset a lot of these programs. This week, we passed in the House, and I supported legislation that now will require the Office of Management and Budget to provide online data of any program that costs more than $1 million. It's going to lead to more transparency, it's going to lead to more scrutiny. It's a good thing for taxpayers as we make sure we're focusing on dollars that go to those needs that are absolutely needed by the federal government, because I do really believe that Washington should be spending its money as wisely as you do. Next up is an email from Mary in Chanhassen, who writes in, "Dear Congressman Paulsen, once again North Korea is trying to provoke the rest of the world by testing another bomb. The thought of a nation like North Korea actually obtaining a nuclear weapon is terrifying. We must do something to once and for all shut down their weapons program. Please ratchet up the pressure. Sincerely, Mary." Actually, thanks for those thoughts, Mary. What Mary is referring to is the announcement that just recently that North Korea has performed another nuclear weapons test. It's actually the 5th test from a nuclear weapons perspective or a ballistic missiles test that they've done since 2009. This week the House took action, and I supported legislation that requires the President and pushes harder for more sanctions on any organization, financial institution, or state that provides assistance to North Korea for this type of activity. You know, going back to 2006, the United Nations has had in place resolutions prohibiting any procurement of development of weapons in North Korea or assistance from other sources for that purpose. And it's something we need to be paying attention to, because in South Korea there are 28,000 troops, American troops, that are stationed there as a part of our defense operations as well. I want to thank you for joining the talk and the conversation this week. Continue to reach out on Instagram, on Twitter, of course on Facebook, and you can reach me anytime on the web at paulsen.house.gov. Have a great weekend and a great week.